Well, I received the notices from the gallery, the Wendy Norris Gallery, and others in San Francisco, and I saw that this painting was suddenly for sale there and was part of a Wolfgang Paalen exhibition. And Paalen is the one painter who I really, it was hard to see good illustrations of his work, good images. And for some reason I don't quite understand, I thought I better go down and look at this. So I did. I spent 2.5 days with the painting in the galleries, just looking at it, and then looking at some of the other work we have here that was also on exhibition at the time. And when I came back, I thought, you know, this painting is, there's something about this painting that's a response to this place, to the Northwest Coast, to where we live. And so I began telling people about it and said, you know, this is a marvelous piece of work. We should look at it. We should see it. I told the Dinah Gaitis here at the gallery, let's take a look at it. And so she got interested, and she said, you know, one day we should try and exhibit it. We should try and show people this painting, and who knows, maybe we could get it here. So that's really where it began. And I also learned much more about Paalen at the time, and I began to look into his relationship with Emily Carr. Actually, one of the ways that I tried to interest people in him, because he's not well known, was by saying, well, he met Emily Carr. We have a couple of letters from her that indicate this. So that's how it got rolling. They both were deeply moved and touched and kind of astonished by the great beauty and profundity of Northwest Coast art. That's one thing. That was Carr's great project in the early part of her career, when she decided to document every single standing pole and post on the coast. And she kind of saw that as a kind of civic duty also, as much as she had admired the work. For Paalen, it was something that he'd wanted to do for many years, to come to the source of this work that he admired so much. By that time in Paris, the surrealist artists were already buying Northwest Coast masks. Kurt Seligman had returned with a totem pole from Hagwogget, a celebrated moment in surrealism. And they were passionately interested in this work, which seemed to them among the greatest works in the world. I kind of have the feeling that this was under our noses all along. And Paalen, what happens when we put Paalen beside Carr, for example, is that we see Carr in a new light. We see her in a light as a serious and intelligent artist and writer. It's a great way to rediscover who we are in a kind of, what can I say? I mean, it may sound, well, in a kind of higher way, because Paalen and Carr were really, with their art, they were really trying to reach a kind of higher consciousness.